Let's not waste any time. JMac off a pretty rough week for him. You didn't get a lot of breaks. You ready to go?
Yeah, let's rock and roll.
We're now in week 4. Tomorrow's headlines today. Vikings, Steelers. I know where you're leaning.
Yeah, so we're doing 6 NFL, 6. Love the card, and a college football. We'll start in Dublin. I think this is a layup, folks. The headline for Vikings, Steelers will be, can we see it on the screen, guys? Influencers in the wild. Vikes go viral in Dublin. I like Carson Wentz. Hey, he gets Jordan Addison, Colin. Big get back there at wide receiver. We know the left tackle, Darisal's back. It seems like the offensive line should do well. If you look at these Pittsburgh defensive metrics, Colin, for an expensive defense, they have been rotten. They cannot stop anybody. Remember, Justin Fields moved the ball up and down the field against these guys. Now, I know Pittsburgh will have something of a home field advantage in Dublin. Apparently, it's going to be like 75-25 Aaron Rodgers fans. And the Steelers are a better brand, I guess, than the Vikings. But I'm confident in Minnesota's defense. Brian Flores, they are 8th in blitz rate. They are 2nd in pressure rate. And Aaron Rodgers is the worst quarterback in the NFL so far this season against pressure, 6 for 22 passing. Give me the Vikings to win by 7-10.
Tomorrow's headlines today. Panthers, Patriots. What say you?
Yeah, we have a lot of agreement this week. The headline for Panthers, Patriots will be Mother May I? Pats permitted to own Panthers. Colin, this opened at -2. It's up to -5.5. Yeah. Listen, right now, everybody loves the Patriots, and why would you not? I mean, I know they have 6 turnovers, tied for 2nd in the league, but a lot of that was just unlucky fumbles, bad Drake May decisions. What's the remedy? You face a Panthers defense that stinks. Yeah. Worst pressure rate in the league. They have 1 sack through 3 games. Their defense just isn't good. If you look at their wide receiver room, they just ruled Leggett out. Ted McMillan, your guy from Arizona, he's struggling with an injury. He's questionable. I don't think Bryce Young has a lot of options. Give me the Patriots at home handily.
Tomorrow's headlines today. Philadelphia came from behind to beat the Rams at Tampa. The kids are coming from behind and winning, and Tampa, I don't think you can sustain it.
Yeah, a little.
But I have a feeling I know where you're leaning on this.
So, last week, remember that Lions-Ravens game? I was like, hey, Ravens killed them last time. They murdered them. They're going to do it again. They didn't. Well, everybody liking Tampa, beware. The headline for Eagles-Bucs will be Porched Pirates. Bucs get boxed up at home. Love a good revenge spot for my guy, Jalen Hurts and company. Hurts is 1-4 against Tampa with Todd Bowles on the sideline. He has struggled a bit, but I think this is the week that he gets right. Remember, last year in this spot, did not have A.J. Brown or Devonta Smith. Like, come on, let's give the guy a break. Saquon Barkley is yet to get untracked, but this Tampa defense is not great. They've been winning thanks to mistakes by the opponents and Baker Mayfield heroics. I think that ends. I'm going Eagles 30-17 in a roll.
Tomorrow's headlines today. I avoid Falcon bets at all costs. You don't. Commanders now with a backup quarterback in the ATL.
Yeah, I think it was you that said last season, friends don't let friends bet on the Falcons. Yeah. Something like that. You had something funny. The headline for Falcons Commanders will be, let Bijan's be Bijan's. Falcons go off the losses. I like Atlanta, Colin. I know it's crazy, but no Jaden Daniels, no scary Terry McLaurin. I don't see an offense where Marcus Mariota does it again and explodes on the Falcons. And let's be real, this is an Atlanta team that just played as bad as possible last week. Michael Penix threw an inexplicable pick 6 on like the second play of the second half. Kicker missed 2 field goals. Remember, in the dome, look good against Tampa. In the dome, look good at Minnesota and won.
True.
They're back in a dome. Those edge rushers are fast. I like Atlanta to get right, but be careful.
This next one feels lopsided. It was too obvious, so I stayed away. Tomorrow's headlines today, Jackson Dart gets his first start. Unfortunately, it's against Harbaugh and the Chargers.
Well, Jesse Minter, the great defensive mind of the Chargers, who's going to get head coaching looks, we know. All right, the headline for Chargers-Giants will be, y'all better scataboo daddle. Chargers run in all directions. Listen, you can work scataboo into a headline. You got to. He's the man for the Giants.
Yeah.
There is some concern. I'm with you. Like, be careful. Chargers on the road. Everybody now has them in the Super Bowl bubble. And you go down with the guard, Mekhi Becton, he's out. Yeah. We know the Giants' front is very strong.
Yeah, that's what I see. Strength. Low scoring and ugly.
And you don't know with Jackson Dart. He's kind of an unknown, right? Is he going to come in and run around for 50 yards? Is he going to make plays to Malik Neighbors that Russell Wilson could not do? So I do have some concerns. I'm just betting on coaching here. I think Harbaugh is considerably better than Daboll. And I think Jesse Minter's an excellent defensive guy who's going to cook up some schemes to confound the rookie. I'll go with the Chargers.
Another favorite, lopsided game potentially. Tomorrow's headlines today. Green Bay a touchdown favorite and Big D. What do you got?
First bet of the week. I've been waiting for this. Circled on the calendar, not just mine, but Micah's. The headline for Packers Cowboys will be A, B, C, D, F, M, L. Cowboys can't break spell. Now, our young audience knows FML. I'm not sure you do. I honestly thought the higher-ups would nix this, but I think Dallas is screwed here without CeeDee Lamb, Colin. By the way, did you see how many points they scored against the Bears in the second half without CeeDee Lamb?
Not good.
0. I mean, I know they moved the football, but that was largely garbage time because of the situation of the game. And you look at that interior offensive line of Dallas, a lot of backups, a lot of guys off the street. Colin, Micah Parsons, we know the defense of the Packers, they don't just run off the edge. They do stunts. So Micah's going to be kind of up the middle. Dak not running as much as he used to. This is a scary one. I don't think it's going to be like 48-20, but I do think the Packers win this handily. One of those like 35-10. Oh, my gosh, Jerry, you guys are in trouble.
Finally, great college football slate. Best of the year. Final tally here. Tomorrow's headlines today. Bama going to Georgia.
I wanted to go Washington, Ohio State. There's, obviously some really great games, Oregon, Penn State. But I'm going Alabama, Georgia, because the headline's too beautiful. The headline for Tide Bulldogs in the SEC would be, the DeBoer went down to Georgia and played them like a fiddle. I'm going with my main man, Ty Simpson, who I believe emerges from this game as a legit Heisman contender.
Whoa.
I know they lost to FSU. It's not like Simpson was terrible. By the way, 9 touchdowns, 0 picks, 71% completions. Remember what Ryan Williams did to these guys last year? And Jalen Milroe? Milroe came out of this game like, oh my gosh, is he a top 20 pick? I think Simpson looks good. I think they own Kirby Smart, and DeBoer gets the job done. This is going to be a phenomenal game. The college slate Saturday. Just keep your phone charged, because I know you're going to want to fire off text to me. I like Alabama to win outright in Georgia.
My takeaway on all this is I stayed away from the two most obvious blowouts, which is the Chargers against the Giants and the Packers against the Cowboys, because when like 88% of the bets are on the favorites, so I went with Denver instead. Everybody's doubting Bo Nix, and I think their roster in Denver's exceptional. Altitude at home. I think without Joe Burrow, I think there's a kind of lack of personality, a lack of belief in Cincinnati. But it does feel like there is a separation of the really good teams and the really bad ones. And then last week happens and Cleveland beats Green Bay. And you're like, oh, wait, maybe there isn't. So I don't know. It's funny. No game screams upset to me. Tampa, of course, at home is capable of beating anybody in the league. But I think the Jets is a 2.5-point underdog. Certainly, if Justin Fields plays, could win. Mm-hmm. I don't see a huge upset this weekend.
Do you see the Spencer Rattler and company going to Buffalo? Bills just kind of sleepy, whatever, and maybe they lay an egg?
Losing?
I think it's 15.5 is the spread there. I wouldn't bet that with your money. If you said, Jay, here's 1,000, I'm not doing it. I just, double-digit spreads are dangerous,
Well, it's just also, Seattle dominates most of the early game last night and finds themselves tied late. It's not college football like there's dudes everywhere. Arizona's got 6 or 7 great players.
I think it was 20-6 with 6 minutes left.
Yeah. And suddenly you win in a walk-off. Welcome to the National Football League. First things first is around the corner. Urban Meyer was great. Appreciated that. Plus Dave Wanstead.